Hey everybody, welcome to Wayne's World. I'm Wayne, this is Garth. No, but we are actually coming to you live from Ricky Powell's apartment in the West Village, which I feel is only appropriate considering that this is New York City right here in a nutshell. You can't talk about the culture of New York when it comes to music and art without talking about this man who is one of my favorite photographers and human beings. So we have the honor and the privilege this evening to be walking through these, some are iconic photos that you've seen before, some that you haven't seen before, but it really runs the gamut. And again, I'm always in awe whenever I'm around this man because he is just the catalyst for not only New York City culture, but universally beloved because of the fact that not only did he document these unbelievable moments when it comes to street photography and candid photography, but he's also, you know, he was there shaping the culture too and continues to do so. So without further ado, here is the incomparable individualist, Ricky Powell.
Hello, welcome to my futon. How are you? Welcome to my world famous slideshow from the futon.
And here we go.
So what can we do?
You want to start with
okay. This is Sly, 1985, from my dog walking days. And I loved walking this dog. And I snapped this picture in his elevator, and the walls were shiny. And the photography god just blessed me with an interesting outcome. He's about 39 years old now. He's a cool dude. Next. Okay. I have come to see that my photos from the Frozade stand that I worked in the summer of '86, those photos that I shot from my Frozade stand have become famous. So anyway, this one I called Loose Change. This one when Basquiat came up to my stand and you know, said, "Can I get one?" I said, "Okay." So I gave him one. I said $2, and he gave me a $100 bill. I was like, "Dude, you got something smaller?" And so there he is, reaching for something smaller. Very nice guy, Basquiat. I used to call him Gene, and he used to be like, "It's John." I'd be like, "Okay, sorry, dudes." But he was very nice, man. He was very nice to me, which was gracious because he was big time in the art world. And that's on West Broadway. West Broadway used to be the scene on the weekends. So that was a good one. Next. Spike Lee at the premiere of Do the Right Thing. And he was also always very nice to me. That was a heavy scene. 1989. A lot of shit was going down in New York then. Love Spike Lee. Next. My man, my corn breeze, Lawrence Fishburne, on St. Mark's and First Avenue, summer of '89. I have no idea why he used to come pick me up at my apartment to go for walks. But we were walking. I said, "Oh shit, stop. I gotta take this picture right here." And he used to amuse me. He'd be like, "Okay, whatever you want, Rick." So this moment here has become kind of iconic. And you know, he makes, you know, he made me look good here for this photo. I loved him, man. He used to be, he even came on my public access show, Rapping with the Rickster. You know, he came and met me on the East River and 60th Street to be on that show. Couldn't believe it. And he showed up. You were there to be in the documentary on me that we shot 2 years ago in Tompkins Square. Beautiful soul. Beautiful soul. I love him.
it's been a good amount of time there too. He was hanging out for a while.
Yeah. We were cracking up. We were having a lot of laughs that day. Very cool. Love Lawrence Fishburne. Next. KRS-One on Avenue B and 11th Street on a little timeout from the video he was making, You Must Learn. And he was in, you know, he was amazing, dude. He's one of the best hip hop artists ever, and a beautiful soul as well. I always felt very privileged to be around him. You know, a lot of these people I photographed, I was a big fan of theirs, and luckily, you know, the camera gave me access to them, and I kind of just made something, an artistic, how should I put, souvenir of the moment. And I used good film, slide film, so it looks good. Next. Cindy Crawford in the girls' bathroom at Club MK, 1989. This is one of those shots I put in the category of classic photos I snapped while I was working a bullshit job. This one I literally shot while I was working as a busboy. I was holding the bus bin in the girls' bathroom, and she posed for me in the toilet stall. And that moment has been paying my bills 31 years later. I appreciate that, and I thank her for that. Beautiful gal. I'd buy her an ice cream cone. Next. Blunt Freak. I snapped this picture. She's one of my Mona Lisas. I snapped this one in the summer of 91 in Central Park at the Boathouse at a paper magazine party. I met her there, and she actually came home with me. I slept over, and she still owes me $27 for half of an eighth of weed. But I got a good picture of her. Next. How's the crowd doing?
Nope.
You know how many people are watching? Do we have any idea? Okay.
Nothing to hear them back. Just
Lenny Kravitz. Love this young man. This is on the corner of St. Mark's Place and 2nd Avenue, around 1990.
right for the gym spa. R.I.P.
Yeah, in front of Gem Spa. Yeah. Very cool, very nice guy, classy mofo. And yeah, again, color slide film made this picture look good. Next. Well, this one is one of my, you know, how should I put it? A feather in my cap. This one, Run DMC and the Beastie Boys, they brought me along on the Together Forever tour in May of 1987 for that month in Europe. And they brought me along as kind of like the tour photographer, you know, kind of whatevers. And we had the day off that day, and I got, you know, I tagged along with Run DMC. We did the touristy thing. We ended up by the Eiffel Tower, and at one point I just said, yo, fellas, jump up on there real quick. I need to get a few shots. You'll thank me one day. And they're like, okay, Ricky. And that was it. You know, I just took a few shots with the old Doinkster, my little point and shoot auto jamming. And again, the color slide film made me look good. Next. Jam Master Jay, love him. This is in front of Def Jam / Rush Productions. Def Jam was a label, but Rush Productions was management. They used to manage a lot of groups that weren't on Def Jam. For instance, Run DMC was on Profile. So I used to hang out in front of the office because you never knew who was going to show up. And Jay was very cool, man. He used to amuse me when I'd ask him to pose somewhere. and we made some beautiful images together. I used to tell him, you know, I look up to you, Jay, and you're younger than me. And he used to laugh at that. This is around 88 when they were making Tougher Than Leather. Yeah, man. I love this picture. I love these couple of pictures that I shot right here. He is severely missed. Next.
That was on Elizabeth Street, right?
Yeah, Elizabeth, between Houston and Bleecker. Next.
Yeah, I'm trying this thing's got a little delay. There we go.
Oh, dip. Take a sip. That's me at my Frozaid stand in Sheridan Square, Christopher Street and 7th Avenue. It's around July, summer of '86. I was taking pictures for about a year at this point. And this is another bullshit job I had. And, you know, I bring my camera along to battle the mundaneness. You know, it helped in my street photography. Debbie Ullman took this picture.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you who took that. Who's that?
She was a designer, very cool chick. She actually designed and laid out my first two books. Oh Snap, the rap photography of Ricky Powell in '98, and then the Brickford Files, classic New York photographs in '99. And she did a beautiful job. She's a great girl, great girl. She's always helping rescue animals. Beautiful gal. We're still friends. I love her. Next. May 1986, my first official band shoot with the Beastie Boys. This was part of the shoot. I shot like a roll, black and white, for a cover story on them for the East Village Eye magazine. I call this one the Charles Street Shuffle. Shot on Charles Street between Greenwich Avenue and Waverly Place. That was fun. This turned out to be one of my classics. This worked out nicely. This one I shot with Tri-X film. Next.
I have to go back if it goes for me.
Okay.
So there we go.
This is me, 1987, on License to Ill tour. Beasties, they brought me along on the tour. And I don't know who took this picture of me, but that's me and all my equipment, my little doinkster. It's amazing the images I shot. I was shooting the big time with my little auto jammy. Actually, can you pull it? It's right over there. Yeah. The kind of camera I was using. It's a Minolta AF1. And yeah, this is it. I've gone through like a dozen of these. I guess there's no battery. Oh man, you know what? I fucking brought one up to Camp Nice and I left it up there by accident. Fuck. Anyway, this is the camera I used to get all my famous shots in the second half of the 80s, from 85 to like 94. Actually almost 10 years. Next.
What's your favorite camera to shoot with?
This one.
That one?
Yeah, it's easy. I like doing things as easy as possible because I'm lazy. That's a shot from License to Ill. You know, I had free reign. I could just come and go as I wanted. I can't believe I was in that situation. Photography opened many doors for me, along with my Scorpio magnetism. Yeah.
When you were in the mix with all this, because this was like kind of a crazy situation when there was like a cultural shift with hip hop with the Beastie Boys and Run DMC, and also like MTV, like was MTV rallied around you back then? It blew up. Did you realize that, like while you were in it, that it was going to be this?
Well, I knew it was the big time because, I mean, License to Ill, from what I gathered, the Beasties were just happy to make that album with Rick Rubin for Def Jam. You know, they had fun, but it turned out to be, you know, it shot up the record charts. It's a #1 album. And it turned out to be the big time. I found myself in the big time. So yeah, it's part of it. You know, when you put your pants on and get out of the house, anything's possible. This is Beastie Boys, May of '86, from that photo shoot for the East Village Eye. This is on Greenwich Avenue and Charles Street. Yeah, that one turned out good too. Yeah, I was good. I was good. I was fucking good, if I may speak objectively. I just had a natural knack for street photography. Never took a class in photography. I got my degree from Hunter College in phys ed. I wanted to be a substitute gym teacher. I figured that was the easiest job you could have, being not just a gym teacher, but substitute. But I couldn't even do that job, man. Like a 6-hour day with 2 hours off in between. I couldn't do it. I did. Well, I was a substitute teacher for like 4 years, from like '87 to '91. But I couldn't do it, man. I can't be a cage lion. Next. Legend. Beautiful soul. Futura. Actually, Lenny McGurr, aka Futura, or Futura 2000. This is like '88. Yeah, he was great to me, man. I mean, I was a big fan of his, part of that whole graffiti art scene in the '80s. And actually, when I started taking pictures officially in the spring of '85, one of the things that parlayed was he put me on his softball team, the East Village Escadrilles, in the summer of '85. So he was very nice to me. So he's a beautiful soul. He's nice to everybody. He's a classy guy.
You get some interesting people on the team too, like Matt Dillon was on that team.
Yeah, Matt Dillon, Fat Five Freddy, Dave Hershkovitz, Patty Astor was like a cheerleader, you know, the Fun Gallery. Kylie Jenkins, the artist who's on the team, Fisher Stevens, and some local, you know, Puerto Rican dudes from the east side. Next. One of my favorite funksters, saxophone player Maceo Parker of the James Brown Band. This was at SOB's on Houston and Barrett in like '93 for Groove Academy. Yeah, Maurice Bernstein, he had this thing called Groove Collective as well. And he used to have a lot of great groups play. You know, easy access. And you'll sit standing right in front of him on this shot. It was great. Ooh, I like this song. Ooh. Next. Oh, shit. The night. Oh, shit. What happened, bro? What happened? Dukes. Yeah, hold up.
Soundtrack adjustment. So I guess it's a good time too. Going off
it's a good one. Debbie Mazur, Sandra Bernhard, and Madonna. Here we go.
Debbie Mazur, also a close friend of yours.
Yeah, beautiful gal. Oh wait, get back to that other page.
There you go. Nice.
Yeah, she's still a dear friend. And I think Madonna and Sandra Bernhard are going out. This is an after party for Futura in '88. And, you know, I just shot this, you know. This one I put in the category of pro photos on the Hangout tip. That's how I shot a lot of my pictures. Yeah, that was fun. Next. in like 2000, I started doing collabs, giving my prints to artists, friends of mine, because I didn't want to just take pictures of artists. I wanted to like do something with them to let people know like what would happen if I did something with the artists. And I was kind of inspired by one of my favorite photographers, Fred McDara. We used to shoot the art scene in Greenwich Village in the 50s and 60s. So he inspired that. I love this one done by Arif Guzman, aka Count Acula. Yeah, he's I love Arif. He's fun. He's huge, man. He's touring the world. Great sense of humor. Next. This is from 1989. Slick Rick's record release party for his first album, down in Tribeca. I love him, man. Very cool dude. And those were some freakazoids. They used to be in a lot of hip hop videos. But Rick, he shows up to my birthday parties now. Beautiful soul, man. He's really beautiful to people. I love him to death. Next. Oof.
It's one of my favorites.
Grace Jones. This is from an AIDS benefit, May of '86 at the Jacob Javits Center. This was her going into the building. She stopped and paused and posed for me. Cool chick. I have a lot of respect for her. Very powerful woman up here, as well as talented. Mucho props to Grace Jones. Next. Oh shit. This is a different husky dog. I got this one camping up in the Catskill Mountains. I went camping with this girlfriend I had, and then I had to go get some feminine products for her somewhere in the middle of nowhere. And like 7 a.m. on a Sunday morning, and out of nowhere, this car pulls up with this little old lady driving with a husky sticking its head out. And I was like, what in tarnations? I thought I was hallucinating. So she pulled up, and I was standing on the porch of this general store. I said, Miss, what's up with that car? She's like, oh, my daughter works for Louis Vuitton. She hooked it up. Yeah, I'm glad I brought my camera with me to go run this errand. You never know when shit's going to happen. As a photographer, you always got to be prepared.
So if you're going for feminine products in the Catskills, bring your camera.
Yeah. Oh, shit. This is 1986 at the Palladium at a Keith Haring party. One of his friends. He had great parties, Keith. Also, very nice guy, man. Sweet guy. He was always very nice to me, you know, even though he was a huge superstar in the art world. He always blessed me when I asked him if I could take a picture. Yeah, man. Great guy, man. He is severely missed as well. Next. What's that popping down?
It's all good.
What's that? Comments? This is from 1985. Basquiat and Warhol on their way to their famous duo show at the Fifty24SF Gallery. A show that looks like a boxing poster. And I was actually shooting Zeph and Revolt across the street. We were looking at the crowd waiting for them. And I saw him coming down from Houston Street, and I kind of jogged across the street and hopped in front of him. And I was like, yo, what up, Gene? And he was like, it's John. And I said, yo, can I get one? And I was looking at me like, who is this? And Basquiat said, he's cool. So they paused for me, let me take a flick with like 1,000 people behind me. This turned out to be one of my classics.
And that's just one and done, right? There weren't like multiple shots, just the one.
Just one. And I was lucky too, because sometimes when they're auto jammy, oh look. Sometimes the foreground can come out blurry and the background come out clear. So you have to be sure you press down halfway so you get the foreground. So luckily this one came out good. Next. Dr. Lonnie Smith in front of the Village Vanguard, 2006. He was playing with Lou Donaldson Quartet. And what a night that was, man. Oh my God. You know, the Village Vanguard is the cathedral of jazz. It's been there since like 1935. And I was sitting in the front table. And I don't know what was in that house wine, but in the first set, I was standing up getting Dr. Lonnie Smith high tens over the keyboard. And he was like, me and him had this thing, and he was doing this to me, and then after the set, I went upstairs, and he was standing underneath the marquee, the awning, and I was like, I was so fucking drunk, done. I was like, and I saw him standing there, and like I heard like mystical music in my head. I was like, this shot right here is it. So I got down on one knee and I said, Mr. Smith, I know you're just trying to get relaxed. Can I just get one shot of you? He said, sure. So again, this is a one-shot deal right here. I love this picture. I love Dr. Lonnie Smith. The organ, the Hammond B is my favorite instrument. Yeah, this picture means a lot to me. Next. Oh shit. This was Together Forever tour. And we were driving in the tour bus across the country. And we fucking in the middle of nowhere, I think this is Colorado, we saw a basketball court. And Run DMC said, stop the bus. We need to play some hoops. And we all got off the bus and played some full court. And it was competitive too. They almost got into a fight right here. It was Jay was good. They both actually had game. But they couldn't handle me, Pearl Powell. I used to be nice on the court. I don't want to like pontificate, but they saw a side of me that made them go like, why? You know, playground basketball is a big part of my life growing up. Next. Oh, come on, man. Keep turning this shit off. There you go. Can we get that again? This is Rakim at the Apollo. Eric B. and Rakim at the Apollo. Oh, man, come on, yo. What? Oh, shit. Hold on. Okay. Johnny Hodges. Okay, good. This is one of my playlists on Spotify. Oh, this is my Shazam tracks. But I have a few playlists. One is Chunky Pumpernickels. One is Fig Newton of My Imagination.
International Hot Monkey.
International Hot Monkey. The Joint Chief of Snaps. But yeah, you know, I was going up to the Apollo, man. I was a big fan, you know, during the golden era of hip hop. So, which a lot of musicologists say was between 86 and 89. But yeah, this is during the song Move the Crowd. I love this shot. Rakim was mad cool, man.
How do you remember that? Like, how do you remember it was Move the Crowd?
Because, you know, he's waving his hand, like Move the Crowd. I'm in that video for the song. I'm the cool white guy in the crowd. Yeah, man, beautiful dude. Both of them. Next. This is another time I went to go see them at the Apollo. I was a big Eric being Rock M fan. Really cool dude. You know, actually his aunt is legendary blues singer, Ruth Baker. Wait, Ruth Brown, my bad. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. Man, I used to get up close. Look how close I am in that place. I used to go right up to the stage, plant my elbows. Oh, damn, I was good. Next. Oh, shit. Love these mofos. Love this mofo. Be Real. This is from Roseland, Cypress Hill at Roseland in like 92, 93. They were fun, dude. And as you can see, I was on the stage with beats shooting from the pit, which could be hell. But you know, when you got juice, you know, you rock it. I like this shot. They were fun, dude. I love Cypress Hill dudes. I actually reconnected with him recently on Instagram. Very cool, dude. Actually, I had them on Rap with the Rich show. I was one of the first TV shows that they were on. When the first album came out, and that first album was like, psh, it's a classic. It's a seminal album. They really created their own niche, their own universe in hip hop. You know, each one had a pivotal role. DJ Muggs is the DJ and orchestrator, and Sendog with his bass voice. They were fucking cool, man. Honored to know them. Beautiful souls. Very fun, too. Next. All right. This is Futura, Stash, and Gerb of the brand GFS, Gerb, Futura, Stash. And this is on Mott Street, 93. And, you know, they did the Phillies blunt hoodies and shit. They used to do a lot of shit. And Futura was sweetheart, man. Yeah. Next. Oh, shit. This is spring of 86. MCA and Run DMC and the Beastie Boys, they got hired to play this Sweet 16 at this mansion in Long Island. And they brought along a posse. And Doze Green was in the posse. Yo, they were running around the house, dude. It was nuts. But Doze was a big fan of the Beasties, and the Beasties were a big fan of Doze. I love Doze Green. Beautiful soul. Real classic dude in many ways. That's a great picture. I love that picture.
So I want those parents who got me. My Sweet 16 had Beastie Boys and Run DMC.
Yeah, well, it was Charles Koppelman. He was a big guy in the music business. But I love this kind of picture when I have two dudes from different genres together in the same picture. I was good at that, putting different people together for shots, if I may. Next. Oh, this is from that night too, Run DMC. They played in the living room of this mansion. They brought the Hollis crew with them. That's a good shot. I like that one. Love Run DMC. Really cool dudes, man. Love DMC. We're still good friends. I connect with him on Instagram. He puts likes on my posts, if I may. Love him to death. Oh, shit. I like this one. This is Diggable Planets with Guru in the dressing room at one of Diggable Planet's gigs. I forgot what venue it was. But I love this picture. I became good friends with Diggable Planets, especially Ladybug Mecca. She was very cool. And I love Guru, man. Keith, he also created his own niche with his own sound. I love this picture because they had the mutual respect. That's a great moment right there. I think that was around 93. Damn, I was good. Next. Raising Hell Tour in July, 86. New Orleans. This is a fan of Run DMC who shaved the Adidas logo on his head. you know, pertaining to the song My Adidas. That's the tour that I fucking quit my job in the middle of the day doing Froze Aid and flew down to Tampa and ended up on the tour bus, Raising Hell tour. Very historic tour, which had Run DMC, LL Cool J, Houdini, and the Beastie Boys. And the Beastie Boys gave me a bed on their tour bus. I went on the tour in the Southeast for like a week. And I came back and I got my job back with the Froze Aid. And I was like a big shot. Again, shooting pictures with this little doinkster. This camera did a lot for me, man. This model. Hard to believe. I used to just wear it like this. That's it. And I hang out. Something was good. I'd just be like, yo, want to chill 1 minute? Thank you. That's how I got a lot of my shots. Simple. Next. And you know, one of my latest phases in my 35-year lineage with my man Phil and Good Luck Dry Cleaners. You've been very good to me too, man, bringing me on. I'm kind of honored, dude, that I took this picture.
You're the only person to take it. It was just the vision. It had to be you, you know?
Damn, I'm good.
There's actually a lot of context with this picture, and it means a lot to me. But Ricky means a lot to me. I mean, it's always amazing and humbling when you look up to somebody from a talent standpoint, from an artistry standpoint. And I've, been a huge fan of Ricky's work for a long time. And then, it's always amazing when you meet the person whose work you really respect, and then you love them even more because they turn out to be just, unbelievable human being. And I feel like I'm always taking something new away from Ricky whenever I'm hanging with him, no matter how quick or long we hang out. And he inspires me to create a lot of art as well, which is why I thought this was just a natural marriage to do, considering the very funky circumstances that we all find ourselves in. Because
indeed,
people are jonesing for the art. People are jonesing for the passion, the creativity that is few and far between right now. And when I took over this original dry cleaners in Brooklyn, we jumped from location to location, but the name Good Luck Dry Cleaners, because we took over, old defunct dry cleaner by the name Good Luck Dry Cleaners. And I just fell in love with how just like magically, beautifully shitty it looked. It's the yellow and red because it was run by an Asian family. And if you see on the sign, some of the letters that are painted over, it's because the landlord kept getting calls for dry cleaning and laundry service. And she was getting so pissed off that the place was obviously sitting there vacant, and she kept getting phone calls. So she got up there and painted over the letters. Whether that helped or not, I don't know, but I thought it just made it that much more incredible. It's just like, it was just so unique. And when I saw it, it also reminded me of the cover of the Paul's Boutique album from the Beastie Boys. And I was like, you know what? And obviously, even though Ricky didn't shoot the Paul's Boutique cover, I was like, this is just something that I thought only Ricky could capture in the way that it had to be captured. It's not anything that needs to be dressed up in Annie Leibovitz. It needs to be, warts and all, just shown how it is. And one of the things that I also love about this photo, and I'll give you the backstory on the day that it was shot, but I guess we'll get into it. When I was reaching out to Ricky, being like, yo, when can you come to Brooklyn to shoot this? And we both live downtown the West Village, and you get to Williamsburg either in 5 minutes or an hour and 5 minutes, depending on how the train's working. And you had me sitting there for a while that day, and it was all good, man. It's a favor, it's a friend move, but like, I think we were planning on like 11 or 12, and then I think he showed up around like 3 or 4, and I had a long day and I was going into a longer night, and Ricky showed up with his camera and he's like, all right, lifts it up, snap, snap, snap. And he's
I took like 3 shots and I was like, okay, done. You're like, that's it? I'm like, listen, if you don't get it in 3 shots, I'd say if I don't get in 2 or 3 shots, I'm in the wrong business.
Yeah, so
I mean, how many times can you take a picture of the same thing?
Yeah, so he shows me the camera. He's like, "We good?" I'm like, "We're good." And also, if you look really closely, in the reflection of the middle window, you can see Ricky's reflection of actually holding the camera up when he's taking the shot. And this shot is just, to me, it's iconic. It captures, you know, what we're about. What I think makes Ricky so special is how he puts his stamp on things just in a somewhat effortless way. And I know it takes years and years of dedication to make it look that effortless, but there's something incredibly special about how Ricky's able to capture a moment in the way that he does.
Listen, I just try to do shit the easiest way. Don't try to make it fancy. Okay, next.
That's it,
Thank
man.
you.
That's a
That's
wrap.
it?
That's a wrap.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we ended on that.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting me do my world famous slideshow from my futon. But you know, I like doing shit the easiest way. And doing it I like being able to work from my bed. Doesn't get any better. Yeah, boy. Okay, everyone. Thank you.
The hand of the man now a little less older. He shot off the crowd on shoulder, then blew a kiss with his fist to salute his toaster. Presented problems caused confusion, but with no resolution, people just adapt to the lack of a solution. Isolation, pollution, rising tides, but the water isn't moving. We are all conclusions of non-moving maneuvers. Grounded but sore as a contusion. Werewolves in London, escape from New York, battle for Los Angeles. Baby, can we talk? Werewolves in London, escape from New York,